into the ring, the bell's about to chime. Turnbuckle Talk, we're here to shine. Flagship on the airwaves, leading the pack. Breaking news reviews, we've got your back. From the squared circle to the backstage news, we bring stories that you can't refuse. Turnbuckle Talk, the voice of the fight. Every slam, every suplex, every highlight. Tune in weekly, don't miss a beat. For the latest in wrestling, we bring the heat. From AEW to WWE, we cover it all from A to Z. Interviews, insights, and match reviews. If it's wrestling news, we've got the clues. From the squared circle to the backstage news, we bring the stories that you can't refuse. Turnbuckle Talk, the voice of the fight. Every slam, every suplex, every highlight. Tune in weekly, don't miss a beat. For the latest in wrestling, we bring the heat.
The wrestling community is facing a serious question right now. After a powerful video from Thea Hail about the online hate and abuse she's received, fans are being forced to ask, has wrestling fandom crossed the line? Today on Turnbuckle Talk, we're diving into the growing problem of toxicity in the wrestling world, among other topics. I'm Carl Carafell. I'm alongside Chris Best and OM Dynamic for this edition of Turnbuckle Talk number 465. Guys, thank you for being here. We've got a few items to discuss today, but we have one very, very big issue that we're going to be delving into and discussing here tonight as our showstopper segment.
Yeah, I'm just going to say right now, I feel Thea Hail on this situation.
Yeah. Not only for Thea Hail, but I kind of feel for another guy. One of the guys that was around when, I guess maybe not necessarily when we started watching wrestling, but when wrestling really took a boom, took a huge, huge boom. And really became almost a household name that's had to go through some unfortunate circumstances as of late, and that is Konnan. Konnan recently was hospitalized and had to have an amputation. Who can give me a little more on that?
Yeah, there's reports from multiple media sources in Mexico that are saying that Carlos Santiago Espada, better known to all wrestling fans as Konnan, had to have one of his legs amputated due to some kind of a medical condition. Where they're not really specifying what it is. He's in his 60s right now and currently in San Diego, California, where he is hospitalized and where he is said to be in delicate condition. And this probably explains to me why he hasn't been on AAA over the last couple of weeks, because he's been doing commentary for them. But Rey Mysterio has been filling in for him over the last while.
Interesting.
Right. I did see a report earlier today that did confirm he has had his leg amputated.
Yes.
This is just devastating. I mean, we remember him going back to, of course, WCW and the Monday Night Wars, his time in the Wolf Pack, his time with the Filthy Animals. Even before that as Max Moon.
Actually, he never made it to TV as Max Moon. He was let go before, and then Paul Diamond took over. But us locally, we would have watched him on Saturday afternoons before WCW in CMLL or AAA, whichever Mexican promotion they were showing.
Yep.
So we've seen him about a good 2-3 years before he came to WCW and became the national star that he ended up being.
Yep.
International star.
Yeah, and let's not forget how influential he's been in the growth of other wrestlers outside of his own career. I mean, you look at, yes, Rey Mysterio to start, but then you have to look at LAX, Homicide and Hernandez, and then Mike Santana and Ortiz. Really helping grow that and helping grow the TNA product by bringing LAX there.
Yeah, when Rey Mysterio came to the WCW, that was because Konnan asked WCW to bring him in. And
Yeah.
all I can say right now is I wish the best for Konnan, and I do wish a speedy recovery. Love to hear your voice back on AAA on Saturdays, because man, does he have a wealth of knowledge when it comes to the wrestling business when he's on that commentary table.
Yeah. And I mean, he's the second WCW superstar to have a leg amputated this year, as well as Buff Bagwell.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to be that person that's going to be a Danny Downer, or however you want to say it, but um there's additional reports right now that are suggesting you may need the other one amputated as well, due to this condition that he's got. Underlying medical issues could take the other one. This isn't the first time that Konnan has been kind of underneath the knife, so to speak. His health
Mm-hmm.
began declining in like the mid 2000s, largely due to his time in the ring. He underwent a kidney transplant in 2007 following organ failure. And then by 2022, he revealed that he had been placed back on the transplant waiting list, as kidneys from living donors typically only function for about 12 to maybe 15 years. In February 2021, he was hospitalized after contracting COVID-19 that affected his kidneys and led to a heart failure. Doctors then told him that there was a 60% chance he could suffer full cardiac arrest. He's also undergone major orthopedic surgery, including a hip replacement back in 2007. So he's bounced back from each one of those things. Hopefully we can see him bounce back from these setbacks as well.
Absolutely. And in listening to this, it almost seems to me, and I'm only speculating here, that maybe this was a staph infection or sepsis from something that is causing all of this, but we don't have those confirmed reports. But I mean, our best wishes to Konnan.
For sure. Definitely. And it's always a sad situation when we have to talk about these things, but unfortunately they are a reality when it comes to just life itself. They're definitely a reality. We have another sad reality that's coming forth to us as well, and this one is all the way on the other side of the world. This one, I believe, was brought to us, and I didn't know about this happening. At the end of September in 2026, after 21 years of operation, we have a wrestling venue that's going to be closing its doors for good. Who brought this story?
That would be OMD.
Okay.
That would be me.
What
Yes,
more info do you have on it?
The Shinjuku Face Arena is closing over in Japan. Now, this was a venue I had never heard of.
Okay.
Until I saw this article. It hosted several pro wrestling events over the decades, but the venue's owners decided to make things official. At the end of September, they will bring Shinjuku Face, after 21 years operation, to a close. They want to express their heartfelt gratitude to all of the guests, performers, and everyone involved. I'm not
So
even
the area itself, the venue itself, was actually a regular location for some several promotions that we even know about, right? Like PPP Tokyo, Nishiguchi, and
Mhm.
Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. So it's you know, it's difficult, especially for these companies. And GLEAT is involved in that as well. Um, they also held Marigold events.
Mhm.
Yeah, so it's a place that holds some real history when it comes
right.
to Japanese professional wrestling. So,
Yes. Especially with the women's professional wrestling in Japan, because Tokyo Joshi is a all women promotion, as is
mhm,
Marigold as well. Um, but it's funny that like even me being a Japanese wrestling fan, I've never heard of this venue as well, but
interesting.
I'm familiar with the promotions that have gone through there. Because
Right.
when I think of like legendary Japanese buildings for wrestling, I think of Sumo Hall, I think of the Tokyo Dome. I think
Yep.
of um oh
Was
my
it Ryukin Hall?
yeah, that's the one I'm trying to remember. Ryoku
Yeah.
Hall. Those are the
I,
venues I think of, but this was a venue that was designed for like the smaller promotions to go through. And yes, Marigold and
Mhm.
Tokyo Joshi are big, but this was kind of like a building that was designed for Japan's independent wrestling scene.
right. So yeah, and I was thinking, as well. I believe pro wrestling has gone through the Budokan, but like you said, like when you think of Japanese wrestling, you're looking at those bigger places, the Tokyo Dome, the sumo, and it's just weird. And this is a piece of Japanese history and culture that is closing its doors. And
Mhm.
as you look at this graphic, it almost reminds you of being the PC for Japan.
To a degree. But let's preface this by saying that like none of the companies are closing their doors. It's just the venue, because what had happened was there was a lapse in the lease agreement, and the company that actually owns the building is no longer leasing it out to the owners. So it's kind of like your favorite store in the mall closing its doors. It's mostly because the mall owners didn't come to an agreement with the store owners.
Right. So it's there this place, this venue itself. If you're watching us on video format for this show, you do see the graphic of it right there. So it was a very unique place in the fact that not only um, was it ring, but it was stage as well. And that's something that they really prided themselves on, is that it was a unique entertainment facility
Uh-huh.
that really had two faces, a stage and a ring, and that it could change its appearance with every performance that it does. So it's really a definite um, mainstay, I guess you could say, or maybe a definite way for maybe other places that might be looking to open to maybe tailor themselves around, because that they were able to do so much in this hall that maybe they wouldn't have been able to do had it just been wrestling.
Yeah, just by looking at this image of the venue, I've also got the image on my television here, and it to me looks like something that like whoever takes over the building next could just simply turn it into a concert venue.
Yeah, yeah, you probably could. Yeah, that would be a good thing to do as well. I think it would definitely keep the history, I guess you could say, of the performance.
Yeah. Oh yeah. As long as they bring some extra pan there, I'll be happy.
Who knows? And we really don't even know at this point either. All we know is that unfortunately the place will be closing down as per
Mhm.
management from several different uh, companies that were together
Yeah.
that are now not going to be able to lease. this place anymore.
Yeah, and they're still going to run events up until the September 30th close date. So anybody who's bought tickets, you're good to go still to go check
Yeah.
out those shows.
And what's good to go as well is every single day here with Turnbuckle Studios, we have got something new for you each and every day.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. All times are in Eastern Time. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m., followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Thursday we go TNA as we brace for Impact at 9 p.m. On Fridays, join us for the SmackDown Security Detail at 8 p.m. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. On Sunday, be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. And later that night, we have the Borsnest at 8 p.m. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day. And please visit turnbucklestudios.org.
And once again, we're going to give you some programming notes that there are some shows that may not be seen every week. Unfortunately, we do have our very own Bubba Duke, who just needs to take a little bit of a hiatus right now. And that is A-OK by us. We are definitely here for him for whatever he needs, where we can step in, step up, as we all do for each other as best as we can. We are going to do that for him as well. So the Brace for Impact show may not be available for the time being. And the Boar's Nest as well may be covered by others as best as we can make it happen. So just a couple little programming notes there for you. And we do have some more programming that's coming internationally to other people. Now, I did take a look at things, and it shows that it is excluding Canada. Piss off. It's excluding Canada, unfortunately. But what we're talking about is a new service that is going to include a fast channel, as well as archives, as well as some pay-per-views from both AEW and Ring of Honor. A new service partnered up with Kisui to launch AEW and their myaew.com. Sounds like a great idea. Honestly, it does, especially since they now have acquired Ring of Honor, so they have all of that content as well. I think that that's absolutely amazing for them. It's going to be a platform designed to bring the global AEW fan base a digital experience, connecting everything from in-ring action to behind-the-scenes moments with a digital content, very similar to what the WWE had done with the WWE Network.
Yes.
Right. And now for us internationally, we've got that on Netflix. But AEW is venturing out into that now with myaew.com. Mr. Best, what are your thoughts on this?
I'm now annoyed at it because when I first saw this service, I saw the press release, which is what I shared to our group and read. But I did not, because I read so fast, and sometimes I don't catch everything like you did there, Carl. I left that article thinking, oh great, this is going to be a great way for me to get access to AEW finally, because let's face it, because we do the PlayStation Showcase on Wednesdays when they show Dynamite. Sometimes I end up missing the entire show, and I know that it's available on demand, but it's only available on demand for a select amount of time on my service. I was so excited to see this, to be able to see and have like AEW at my fingertips whenever I want to. And I was also excited to see that we could get the pay-per-views, which could have
Right.
opened up more avenues for us right here at Turnbuckle Studios for shows. But now, in knowing that it's not coming to Canada, I'm like, oh. and I'm right now I'm gonna blame Bell Media, because Bell Media owns TSN. TSN up here owns or airs AEW. So, and we had trouble with getting the WWE network because up here, because of our Canadian services as well.
Right.
And I do hope that we do get my AEW.com up here. But I think, all in all, I do think that this is a fantastic service, because you're going to get past AEW events. Maybe you want to go and relive Cody Rhodes versus Dustin from Fyter Fest a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be there for you. And that's awesome. I would love to. That's part of the reason why I would like to do this, because I do want to watch AEW, but the access isn't there for me personally.
Right.
Yeah. I love this concept for AEW. It's not just Canada. This is also for outside of the United States.
Yes.
So, I'm glad to see that they have that global reach. What I would hope for with this is that I know they have Honor Club for Ring of Honor.
Right.
But I think that this would be a great way for them to stream everything live for the fans, because I still don't know where to find Ring of Honor.
They will be
it on a Friday night.
They will be everything live.
So I love it. I do still think that, here in Canada, that outside of TSN, AEW should go to Crave, or worldwide, put it on Prime.
Yeah.
Just a similar deal like the WWE has with Netflix. Go to Prime and do the same thing.
That's an amazing thing. Unfortunately, Prime still is in a land of, hey, you can have this for your subscription price, but if you want this, you got to pay, and if you want that, you got to pay, and if you want this, you got, and if you want ad free, you got to pay, and like it's still within that. So unfortunately, I think Prime, unless they were to make it part of your Prime subscription, I'm not paying for,
No,
to have Prime plus this on Prime. You know what I mean? I'd rather not.
No, and I mean, I'm not willing to pay $65 to watch an AEW pay-per-view once a month on Prime, if I was going to do that, I'd go contact my pay-per-view provider. Right?
Well, I can tell you that it is $54.32 for Revolution 2026, because you can go to my AEW.com, and I've created an account which doesn't have very much on it right now. It has live and upcoming events. It has the countdown, and it has Revolution. Click on like the countdown, and it'll give you a watch now once it's happening or done in 4 days. But you can purchase the pay-per-view Revolution, and then it just has a section for podcasts that have been done, the unrestricted podcast. And honestly, that is it. You could go to myaew.com, not even sign up for an account, and see what I'm seeing as a signed in person.
Wow.
So there's not much on there right now at all.
Right.
Hopefully that changes.
Yeah.
And you know what? If you take Stephanie McMahon's advice, VPN,
right,
maybe would give you the option for this
now,
to be able to get it.
I do have right here in front of me the tier plans that my AEW does introduce. So at $7.99 per month, it includes the Fast Channel weekly shows, which would be your Dynamite Collision, and one ROH pay-per-view per month.
Mm-hmm.
$19.99, you're going to throw in all your AEW pay-per-views. But $119, $119.99 all-inclusive package, all pay-per-views, all weekly shows. That's for 1 year. That's not a bad deal if you really think of it.
No, it's really not. I mean, if you figure we're paying, when you're paying for the highest tier of Netflix, that's about $28 a month.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking at $300 plus a year. So for $119 to get all of that, I'd sign me up in a heartbeat.
Right. And it is a lot for, some of us to be able to drop all at once. I get that.
Mhm.
But it really would be a great deal. $130 for a year for all of that content really is not that bad.
No, it really is not.
Bobby, no need to say you were sorry at all. We totally understand. I hope that choir practice was amazing for you tonight. Thanks for being here and leaving your comment over on YouTube for us. We appreciate you, my friend. We're definitely talking about some pro wrestling and AEW.com right now. Unfortunately for us Canadians and those in the States, this is not an available thing. This is for international.
Yeah, unfortunately for you guys in the States, you are still going to get it on the HBO Max, which is around, you're paying $40 per pay-per-view down there from what I understand.
Yeah, I believe that's about what it is with the HBO Max. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, this
is something, because we have Crave has HBO Max on it. Why can't we have AEW on there?
Right. That's exactly where I was going with it. Right. Like, I mean, so yeah, while it is, airing on TBS and simulcast on HBO Max, Collision airing as well on TNT with simulcast to HBO Max. Why is it not available for us in Canada on HBO Max as well?
Right.
And that's again where I blame our Canadian streaming services, because we always take too long to get the products we want up here.
Yeah, no, it's true. It is so true. We do. And it's frustrating. Yeah, it's definitely frustrating.
It's very frustrating. At the same time, we look and, we look and Netflix Canada is different from Netflix USA, is different from Netflix UK.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, we get some of the shows from HBO Max on Crave.
And we get all of the shows from HBO Max on Crave up here.
Okay. So, why can't we get this moved over?
Yeah.
I mean, Bell Media owns TSN, owns Crave.
Right.
I mean, when the WWE network first launched, I remember I had to get a VPN because I wanted the network.
Mm-hmm. Me too. And that might be Bubba's blaming Rogers. I'll blame them too. Yeah.
Yep, same.
Yeah.
That may be something that we have to do. We may have to make a purchase of a VPN to be able to maybe get myaew.com. It's easier than trying to get myaew.com in Canada, though. That's getting some merchandise from Turnbuckle Studios.
The Turnbuckle Studios store is open for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get the merch and represent the best from the shows you watch on a weekly basis. Multiple styles to choose from with over 10 products available. Don't get left out and pick up all your favorites today. Find us at turnbucklestudios.org.
And this Monday, we're hoping that it's going to be time. Not Tiffy time. Not Vader time. Not even Rusev Day time. But maybe it will be Stone Cold Steve Austin time. This coming kind of out of the blue. Not really understanding why. I love Stone Cold, don't get me wrong, but it has me just slightly confused as to why we are trying to hopefully get Stone Cold Steve Austin for an appearance next week on Raw.
March 16th
Because of okay,
March 16th is 316 day. Sorry.
okay. So that's
Yeah.
that's the only reason?
Yeah.
Yeah. And here's the thing. I don't think Austin's coming. They would have
Really?
announced it. They would have announced it last night. They didn't.
Not necessarily, because we've seen him show up for 316 day before, but he's shown up on the 17th because the 17th was the Monday.
Right.
Where I'm a little bit worried is given the situation from last year at WrestleMania, where he showed up and drove that four-wheeler very, very inebriated. And there was all those issues with him allegedly having run over a fan. Are they going to, if they bring him in, are they going to have him, stay sober for the show because of that situation?
I think definitely he is cognizant enough to realize what happened and make that judgment call himself. I don't think that the WWE is really going to be needed to be like, you need to make sure you're not having anything to drink. I think he's going to go to this and go, I remember last time, maybe that wasn't a good situation. How can I rectify that? How can I change that? How can I make this an amazing time for the fans? As we know, he definitely can do. So I think he's going to be recognizable of that and make that decision himself, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to be fair, when he ran over the fan's foot, because you made it sound like he just purposely targeted the fan and ran him down. He did stop to check on the fan. He made sure everything was all good with that fan and everything was fine. So it was sort of a non-story there. But again, I still think that like if you're going to bring somebody like Austin on, you have to announce it in advance. They are going to be in San Antonio, and a lot of people are thinking that's because Austin lives in Texas. He doesn't live in Texas anymore. He lives in Nevada now.
Yes.
Right.
To
kind of go along with that, though. I mean, if you so
you could fly
Austin to announce it last night, right? Would have been cool. But how even more cool will it be that maybe Friday, right? Commentary goes, "Oh my God, we're just getting word now that on Monday, Stone Cold Steve Austin is going to be in attendance." That's going to like have a shorter amount of time for it to go viral on the internet, to be more in mind for people because it's closer to Monday, and then they're going to be like, "Holy crap, I need to make sure that I'm watching on Monday because Stone Cold's going to be there." And they just made this huge announcement on Monday Night Raw in a better fashion than TK does with his major huge announcements every week. This one could just simply be that, and just on SmackDown going, we're just finding out now that Stone Cold is going to be in San Antonio for Monday Night Raw.
I mean, they could even do it tonight on NXT as well.
They could. I'm going to look at it this way because really there's going to be a segment that might really call for it. And I am talking about, of course, Roman Reigns being in the ring. We know that that's likely going to be interrupted by CM Punk. Who better to have come out there? And all of a sudden, as a complete surprise, he shows up and says, "Now I'm your special guest referee."
Sure. I like that idea.
What I don't need is Austin coming out on Monday Night Raw and trying to throw a bunch of stunners.
He more than likely will stun someone if he does show up. I mean,
yeah,
it's not Austin unless he's throwing a stunner on somebody.
Right.
And in your situation that you speak of there, like even if he does come out and say, you know, I'll be the special guest referee, he stuns both of them. He walks out, he grabs some beer being thrown to him, he cracks it open, takes a drink, and then he goes back up the ramp. That's all you need.
We see him do that, and then the red end flashes up, and that leaves us at the end of the show thinking, "Holy cow!" You know?
Right? Right? We just wrote it for you. You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome, WWE.
We need to move to Stamford, guys.
Yeah. Look at how astounded we were with how everything played out last night.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to watch it yet because I was at work, but no, I saw the end of the show. So yes, that I did get to see. The rest of it, I really haven't yet.
Just watch the entire show, Carl. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
Okay.
No spoilers, start to finish.
Good. I mean, I do have some spoilers, right? But you know, like the gauntlet match, I kind of know. But
watch the gauntlet match though; it was still pretty good.
Oh, I definitely do want to. 1,000% I want to, because all those women in one night, you know, the talent that's there within all of these, for sure. I definitely want to watch that. Bobby is saying WWE book Turnbuckle Studios. I agree, my friend. We have been doing this long enough that I think the WWE needs to recognize what all of us here, all 5 of us right now, have to bring to the WWE. I think it would be great if they booked us, for sure. Yes, there's 5 of us that are here right now. If you are somebody who is looking to maybe delve into a little bit of kind of what we do graphic-wise, video-wise, editing-wise, creative-wise, whether it is professional wrestling, video games, or other forms of entertainment, legal entertainment, we may have a place for you.
A Turnbuckle affiliation program is looking for more people. If you have passion level for pro wrestling, sports, videos games, or something else, then Turnbuckle Studios is the place to be. If you have ever wanted to pursue content creation and want to join our team, then we would love to have you. Check out turnbucklestudios.org or contact us by email today, because your future is now, and we want you to tap in.
That's right. Turnbuckle Studios is available for everyone. We even have our own website. It is turnbucklestudios.org. Please go and check that out while you're there. There are different areas that you can click on. The last one is join. You can go and fill out a little bit of that paperwork that's there, which is just a quick, short questionnaire, kind of asking you, you know, what talents do you have? What are you looking to have? And how do you think we can help each other? That's all it is. It comes over to us. We take a look at it and we reach back out to you. Please make sure you're going and checking out turnbucklestudios.org. Guys, I don't want to say that I'm a little hesitant on this, but we have come to our showstopper segment, and this one is one that we have kind of gone over before. Right now, the wrestling community is having a serious conversation, and it all started from a powerful message from Thea Hail after she released a video talking about the online hate and abuse that she's received. The discussion about toxic wrestling fans has it's exploded. I mean, we got to be honest, it has exploded right now on social media. Today in our showstopper segment, we're diving into that conversation, because this isn't just about one wrestler. It's about the culture of wrestling fandom and whether things have gone way too far. So if you haven't seen it yet, Thea Hail recently posted a video addressing the amount of hate and harassment online. Honestly, it's the kind of video that makes you stop and think. She talked about the negativity, the constant criticism, and the personal attacks that performers deal with on social media. Now, I'm not just talking wrestling performers. I'm talking all performers that are out there that kind of receive this these attacks and this hate. Now, let's be clear about something. Criticism in wrestling has always existed. Fans go and debate matches. They debate storylines. They debate booking decisions in all of professional wrestling. That's just part of the culture. But what we're seeing more and more of now isn't criticism. It's harassment. I was going to say borderline harassment. I'm not. It's harassment. And there's a big difference between saying you didn't enjoy a match and personally attacking the person performing it. So we're going to show you that video right now as we stay on screen, just so that you understand what is going on.
My opinion just changed. I've been wanting to touch on this subject for a long time now, and I just haven't felt like I should, and now my opinion just changed. I'm a 22-year-old girl. Think about that for a second. I wouldn't have even graduated college if I went. I moved away in the middle of high school to pursue my dream because I valued that over comfortability, and most people could never have fathomed to do that. And every day to look at my Twitter timeline or look at social media and see negative comments about me as a human being is disgusting. I have worked my ass off for 5 years for the biggest moment of my career. And you all take it as a joke. You act like I'm the worst human being in the world for my 1 ounce of success that I finally had. It sucks. I don't think you understand every day that I wake up happy, sad, miserable. I don't care. I put professional wrestling above everything. And for 5 years, I have valued this industry to such an extent, and I valued others' opinions. And it is exhausting. I love this more than anything, but what I don't love is to constantly be torn down by other people, by other human beings. At the end of the day, I am a person. I am a 22-year-old girl who is getting to live my dreams, and for some reason that's wrong. And for some reason you guys decide that you want to go hate on somebody else because you're not happy with yourself. You feel the need to tear somebody else down to build yourself up. Are you serious? I don't understand it. I don't understand the level of hate in professional wrestling today. And for just 1 second, I would love for you guys to internally think, would you like for somebody to say this about me? Think about that. So please, take an extra 10 seconds before you put something up on social media. Please. And remember that the person on the other end of it is also a human being. So, I don't know what to tell you. Happy Sunday. Go to church.
So there it is. That was the post, the video that Thea Hail put out. Now, social media has really changed wrestling fandom kind of forever. Back in the day, fans reacted in arenas or on message boards. Now, every wrestler has access to fans through X, through Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, whatever have you. But that also means fans have direct access to the wrestlers as well. And unfortunately, some people forget, just as Thea mentioned, that they are a real human being on the other side of that screen. The thing about pro wrestling is that the performers put their bodies on the line every week. They train for years. They sacrifice time with their family. They deal with injuries that most people in their lifetime would never see. And then they go online and read comments telling them that they're terrible, that they shouldn't be there, or even things that are worse that we have seen online. That kind of negativity adds up. And we're seeing more wrestlers finally speaking out about it. And I'm just going to say, we lost one not long ago because of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you say to that, guys?
That was devastating to watch, because that is taking this industry and this business that we all love, and these fans want to go out there and ruin it. We've talked about it when they're crowding wrestlers in airports and waiting in the hotel lobbies.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're getting, and I don't want to use the term trolls here, but you have to. Yes, the wrestling world is subjective. The fans can cheer and boo who they want. But you have to take into account that they are people. They are entertainers. And I'm a huge Thea Hail fan. I have my wrestlers that I'm not a big fan of, but I'm not going to go out there and just, I can't stand this person. It's subjective. What happened, and I'm assuming that what she's talking about, that biggest moment, was her North American title win in NXT. Yes, it was an error in judgment that happened in the match. But don't take that away from her. Look at her body of work as opposed to one significant moment.
Mr. Best?
This hits hard for me because I didn't tell any of you guys this through Turnbuckle Studios, so I'm just going to tell it all right now. But back in December, when I did that watch along for the Video Game Awards, I had people come in and just try to tear me apart. And I was trying to be thick-skinned throughout the 3-4 hours that I was doing this, but inside it was killing me, and it almost made me doubt what I was doing until. And I'm going to say his name here because he came in after the show. Chris Parrish, thank you. He came in and just reminded me like why I love doing what we do here. And and that's what I'm going to tell Thea. Like, you are one of my most favorite women's wrestlers ever to watch on NXT. I look forward to her every week. And when I don't see her on TV, I'm disappointed because I want to see her. She is one of the most entertaining women I've ever seen in NXT. Like, I love her. Parrish mentions R-Truth there. I want her to do something with R-Truth because I think that would be so entertaining.
I mean, why not? She did something with Joe Henry.
Right?
Yeah.
Thea Hail and Danhausen.
Okay, he didn't appear this time. Okay. Oof. But yeah, I mean, we got comments coming in now, and this is absolutely awesome. Bubba is saying, why are the people doing this not blocked off the internet now? And no one should have to deal with this. I'm proud that she got to do this with the WWE because Bubba never did. Parrish is saying, F the people who say anything about what she did isn't awesome. She isn't wrong at all. The keyboard warriors, or it's the keyboard warriors, and they need to be charged for this BS. If things get to a certain degree, yes, I 1,000% agree that there should be legalities that are coming from this. Bobby feels bad for Thea Hail. And you mentioned Mr. Best on Parrish's comment there. Does anyone tell R-Truth to get hate for accidentally winning the US title?
Right.
Right. And then Bobby as well coming in saying Thea Hail is my favorite. Yeah. So I like in this small community, look at the love.
Yeah. Quite some time ago on this show, Carl, you and we were discussing bullying in wrestling.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we were talking about the Be a Star campaign and the anti-bullying that WWE is up against. And we know that pro wrestling is bullying in a theatrical sense.
Right.
But this just goes too far because the bullying that happens in wrestling is two people that have sat down, discussed how they're going to play it out. Now, thankfully, we don't see things like race, religion, orientation being brought into this.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, the reason this moment with Thea Hail matters so much is because it kind of shines a spotlight on something the industry has been dealing with for years, but dealing with it quietly. We've seen other wrestlers talk about the online hate before, but every time someone speaks out, the conversation, just as it is now, grows a little louder. Maybe that's exactly what the wrestling community needs, because wrestling fandom at its best is passionate, supportive, and fun. But at its worst, it can become incredibly toxic. Now, here's the real question. What responsibility do fans have when it comes to how they interact with wrestlers online? Nobody is saying that fans can't criticize, they can't debate storylines and performance, because that's all part of the fun.
Right.
But there's a line between criticism and abuse. And once that line is crossed, it stops being about wrestling. It becomes personal. The truth is, the wrestling community has the power to shape its own culture. Fans can choose to lift performers up instead of tearing them down. And if someone crosses the line with harassment, the community can push back against that behavior, just like we're doing here.
Another thing, like, I mean, we're looking at this on an individual level, but you have to take into account tribalism as well. You know, you've got your diehard AEW, your diehard WWE, your diehard TNA, and so on. And I know that that's going to play a huge factor into it as well. I will almost guarantee that if Thea Hail was AEW and really as a mid-card talent there, she'd be lost in the shuffle and nobody would be asking about her.
Right.
This is a situation, and I hate to use this cliche, but there's no such thing as bad publicity. This is bad publicity for the wrestling community brought out by trolls, keyboard warriors, and just a bunch of idiots who, okay, they're not getting their way in what they want to see.
Right. I do have to just quickly say that, you say that if Thea Hail was over in AEW or something like that, lost in the shuffle and really not kind of, seen. I'm going to throw the name Deonna Purrazzo out there. One of my absolute favorites. I love that girl to no end. She is absolutely amazing at what she does. And as a human being, she's doing Ring of Honor, AEW Ring of Honor. She's been on AEW TV. She's been, in Ring of Honor. She's held championships over there. She receives the same amount of hate as well for who she is, with comments coming across, comparing her to an animal at some points, right? Like so no matter where it is, no matter if you're in the top of the top with the WWE or you're in an independent promotion somewhere, this hate thrives. Mr. Best, you got anything for that?
Yeah, it's I did have something in my head. There's a difference between attacking the person and attacking the character. Thea Hail is a character on screen, but if you're going if you're going online and attacking her personally, if you're attacking her based off how she looks, if you're attacking her based on how she acts on screen and all that, you got to stop and take a look in the mirror, man, because the problem isn't her. The problem is with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where do we go from here? Moments like this can either disappear after a few days, or they can spark a real shift in how the fans interact with the people who entertain them. Because without the wrestlers, there is no wrestling.
Right.
And at the end of the day, these performers deserve the same respect and basic decency as anyone else around the world.
Absolutely. I want to say this, and I'm going to direct this message to Thea Hail. I know they're hard, and it's easier said than done, but these are words on a screen. You know your value. You know what you are worth, and you know what you mean to this industry. So, Thea, go get that title back.
Yeah. We're almost out of time here today. So I want to say thank you to each and every one of you, to those that love us, to those that have even criticized us, because sometimes the criticism can make us better. And for that, we thank you. We want to make sure that you're checking out turnbucklestudios.org, which will give you everything Turnbuckle Studios, including shows. The latest episodes will be put up there for you, including our shop, including our join, and even some information on each one of us. When you're there, just click on our picture and it'll take you right to every place where we have our socials available for you. This has been maybe a little bit more of a difficult episode to do, but I definitely know that we needed to bring this out there and that this had to be brought out as well. So, Mr. Best OM Dynamic, thank you to the both of you for what you guys do here for Turnbuckle Studios. Thank you to Bubba Duke. Thank you to Chris Parrish. Thank you to every fan that watches us on a weekly basis. We appreciate you greatly. Now, I want to hear from everyone else. Did Thea Hail's message open your eyes to the issue of online hate in wrestling? Or do you think this conversation around fan toxicity is being blown way out of proportion? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoy these deep discussions about some of the biggest topics in professional wrestling, make sure you like, subscribe, and follow Turnbuckle Studios for more. Remember, everyone, the world's a scary place. Take care of each other.
Flagship show setting the tone. In the world of wrestling we stand alone. With news and reviews we lead the way. Turnbuckle talk every day. Turnbuckle talk every day.